directed like a few shorts stuff for TV. Did you ever want to direct like a big screen film or like leap into?
I don't think so. It's too much work. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work that side of your brain work that doesn't work for me.
Okay.
You know, I almost went into scenic design before I started to be a writer, and I think sort of visually. So in a way, I guess you would think, oh, you know, that would be right to direct, but you know, nowadays there's just so much technical stuff, you know, to it. I just don't have the patience for it.
Well, you said that you built your career on like embarrassing yourself. Do you ever feel like your typecasting is just the crazy, weird guy?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you know, when people, you know, get scripts and they see, you know, a psycho, they think of me right away, and I get the call. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm in this business. Well, thank you, Sherry. So do you. This is an act, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
You know, I'm basically in this business to make a living, just like everybody else. And so, you know, if that's the corner that I've found myself successful in, then that's fine.
Okay. Well, are there any roles that you wanted to play that like you didn't get because maybe you were typecasted?
James Bond. I really wanted to be the first.
I can maybe picture that.
I wanted to be the first blonde Bond. Yeah, first blonde, fat, bald Bond.
No one will suspect him.
That's right. That's right. No, and I actually, you know, movie-wise, I don't really go after much because you know, for me, it has to be somebody. It's usually a director or a writer who knows my work that calls and says, "Can you play this nut, you know, for 2 days?" And I'll say, "Yeah." But my work really is in television. That's where I do most of my work.
Okay. Well, you played like some serious parts in a few like roles. Like, do you ever want to get like more serious roles, or?
I don't know. I did this one thing a year ago in Third Watch. I played a serial killer, and I guess it was all right. You know, people said to me afterwards that it was believable and all that. I don't think I'm good at that. I think that certain comedians are. You know, Robin Williams can do it. Steve Martin can do it. Bill Murray can do it. I'm not sure it's my forte.
Well, you've written books. Well, you wrote Daddy's Boy, which you don't really like claim ownership to sometimes because, well, in a lot of interviews and stuff, they say it's your first book, Shrouded with Lacquer.
Right.
Well, it's your second one.
Right.
How does the writing process differ from like writing books to a TV movie?
Well, when you write a book, you're all by yourself. You can do anything you want. When you write a script, you're writing it for a production company or a studio, and there's a lot of hands in it. There's a lot of people looking over your shoulder saying, no, it shouldn't be like this, it should be like this, or it should be like that. And when you write a book, you really do pretty much, you know, it's sort of, I guess, the same process as a painter. You know, you're pretty much alone in your room and just letting things happen. And so it's a lot more fun for me. It's a lot less restricting.
Okay. What inspired you like to write a novel?
I had always sort of wanted to, and I had this idea to do this parody of those sort of historical crime thrillers for a while. And actually the original idea was I wanted to do a coffee table book about the history of New York City and not do any research at all, just make up stuff. But then I thought, I had read The Alienist and a couple of other books, and I thought it would be fun to actually, you know, write a story as well. So combine those two ideas.
Well, I never actually read any of the like The Alienist or any of those,
Me neither.
but still, this book, like I still like follow it, and like even though I don't get like the parody aspect, it's still like a good book, like going through.
Yeah, I mean, I think it works for people on different levels. You know, some people get the parody, some people don't, and you know, my work in general just either, you know, makes people mad or makes them smile.
Well, like you said, scenic design was like very visual. Shrouded with Lacquer was like a very visual book. Like you describe everything like very like graphically, and I think like that would like transfer over well to like the big screen film.
The budget to do it right would be ridiculous, and you know, I'm not the biggest draw in the movie industry at the moment, so I couldn't really command that kind of budget. You know, because yeah, there's sequences where you go out to Dreamland and Coney Island, and it's all, you know, these made up rides and stuff, and you'd want to see that. So there'd be a lot of special effects and that kind of thing in the book, and to do it right, to make it look legitimate, like you're really in 1882, even though it's kind of a screwed up 1882, would cost a lot of money.
Okay, so it'd be pretty much like a King Kong budget for like
Exactly.
a slapstick comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Wasn't King Kong a slapstick comedy?
Well, some people may see it like that. Yeah. Well, certainly the scene where Kong is cursing. Did you notice that?
I didn't catch
serious.
that scene.
There's a scene where when he first gets hit, he gets all upset and he like shakes his head like this. And when you shake, like if you look at the mouth, he actually is like, fuck. And I'm serious. Like, if you
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well, that's wasn't it an actor sort of playing Kong when they shot it? So maybe he did that.
Yeah.
I just thought,
And
oh, that's
got
great.
past
Yeah.
the censors.
I'll have to watch that again. Autobiographical. It was a parody of this book, Mommy Dearest, which Joan Crawford's daughter had written about her, and it was this tell-all book about how horrible her childhood was. And I had a great childhood, but the concept of the book was that I was going to write kind of a Mommy Dearest book, but I had absolutely nothing to complain about, so I had to make up everything. And then, so for legal reasons, because I was making up everything, my dad got every other chapter to rebut what I was saying.
Okay.
That was the idea behind
Do you
that
have
book.
Do you have any ideas for like actual autobiography, like writing like a full one?
No.
Okay.
You're the only one who would be interested in that. And we basically covered everything in this interview, Jerry.
Okay. Yeah.
That
Well,
would be in it.
I'm trying to get a full range of questions. Okay.
No, I don't know who would be interested in that. And also, I'm 45. I haven't, my life isn't over yet. So, I doubt very much, even when I'm 85, that I'll sit down and write my life story.
Well, you have kind of a big like cult following, like with Cowboy.
Yeah, but I think I have it because I'm somewhat, not aloof, but I mean, to a degree, I don't get out there and write books about surviving alcoholism or surviving a drug addiction or anything like that, and doing talk shows nonstop. I'm fairly selective about what I do, obviously. And my feeling with me is less is more, and the last thing I would want to do is bear all and write an autobiography.